The school. The early morning warmed as down the dusty road the big truck wheeled. It was full of officers, and me, from the bombing squadron, on their way to school. Through the small Vale of Antan they drove the narrow crooked streets, bounding the battered small shell houses. Green algae ditches held swarming water, bars, massage, and dancing. Red signs proclaiming business as usual. The village people stared at the truck. Quietly they stood, old pleasant stock with broken, dark red stained teeth, and yellow wax in their ears, while white tiny lice specks gazed on the black oily hair. Slowly the truck drove the pontoon bridge built by the Corps of Engineers on the other side of the right. On the other side of the right sat the villagers' schools, enclosed by a wire fence. It sat shadowed under the tall trees. Whitewashed patched walls, cracked faded red roof tiles, staring glassless black window squares, a broken open wooden door, a tired flagpole, drooping its weary red-yellow rag, no teeter-totters, no monkey bars, seesaws or jungle gyms, swings or rings or merry-go-rounds, only hard-packed red earth, beaten flat and even by thousands of little bare feet. The children abruptly stopped their rowdy, noisy play, growing quiet, suddenly still, watching the big Americans climb down off the green truck and walk wearily through the front gate. Shyly, the kids huddled behind each other, peering out with button-bright eyes, shining their bug-like faces. The older children stood apart, slinging their younger thumb-sucking brother across small, bony child hips. The children's hair was cut quite short. The girls wore little pajamas, the boys shorts and t-shirts. All wore shower-tong sandals of rubber. A few had on their white straw hats. The rest were bareheaded. The two male school teachers were young, some were in their 20s. They stood just outside on the stoop, with nervous eyes watching everything. Holding hands, they smiled widely, displaying their shiny gold teeth. Their sing-song soft voices ordered the children in line. For the ceremony, scholarships would be awarded, worth about $10 American, to the most deserving. The big gangling American, a small Vietnamese child, big hands to little ones, a grateful bow of thanks, an awkward bend of acknowledgement. There were no communication problems. How strange, how different, this parody of children here. Compared to those in the States, these poor kids had nothing. And for most of the bleak future held the same. These were the innocents. These the ones who stood to lose the most, to hurt the most, and with no way to ever change anything. They would grow up the sound of howling airplanes and rumbling artillery, constant, never-ending noises of war, of stupid ideologies tearing at each other, killing, destroying, wiping everything away. And the end? It's all bullshit. The squadron flight sergeant moves among the kids. Some already had lost some teeth. Some had not teeth at all. One small boy's ears were full of red dirt, crawling with little black speckled bugs. For most of the Americans, this was the first true contact. Their initial meeting face-to-face with the children over here, who were about the same size and shape of little brothers and sisters back home. The mood grew strangely quiet and awkward, as each pilot slowly realized that kids just like these were his fleeing targets. Running before his dull yellow bomb sight the second before he thumbed the button and released his tumbling napalm. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. Ashes, ashes, all fall down. This is by Curt, Bennett, and my response is in the assignment section.